Welcome to another week of Ether Raids. Sorry about the hiatus mini break that I took last week, man. I'm actually still feeling a little bit under the weather here. Yeah. There is no benefit to working hard aside from more work. The only reward for good work is more work. And with more work means more sickness. And, you probably die younger and stressed out and have a ton of gray hair. So keep that in mind when you're working 24 hours, 48 hours, 15-hour work days. Just keep that in mind that you're only shortening your lifespan. Be sure to spend some time going out, having fun with your friends, making some good memories for, those 40s and 50s if you do get there, because everyone's getting heart attacks these days. So bit morbid, but just a friendly reminder. There is no reward for good work, or the only reward for good work is more work. That's all you have to look forward to. So you can be as good as you want at your job. Just know that you will only be getting more work. There's no time off. The boss at the top, yeah, it may look like he's super chill, but that man is pulling out his hair every time he goes home and taking it out on his family. So keep that in mind. But anyways, man, last week was really, really hectic. I actually fell out of the vault for Astra season last week because I was sick, working, did not have time, and I just played a bunch of matches really badly. Used all of my ladders. I think on the last day, if I had played it smart, I could have wasted a 50 and still made tier 38 instead of doing a double and losing everything. But I hate playing double matches, so I just went for the double. Lost the double, got sniped by a Mia. She got like 2 units. It was a really good defense, so there's no complaints from me in terms of the loss. I just was not up to it in regards to being able to fully function my offensive teams, which I must say they felt terribly lacking. Playing throughout the week, I was just like, man, my teams really suck. For Astra season, I just could not get into a rhythm. Everything just felt off. I was playing at the wrong times. But needless to say, I'm out of the vault for Astra season. It's good that it's Chaos season. Give me a bit of a break at least. The matches hopefully won't take as long. Oh my god. The matches take so long, man. Oh my god. The ice terrain, plus the Heimdallr, plus the save. There's so much to get through. It's so annoying to deal with it all. That also added to my frustration, which consequently meant that I played even worse. So, yeah. Not a good bunch of factors coming together there. But at least this one was a quick first match. Let's load up another one. Alright, here we go. We're going to load into this next match here. That first match was actually a rematch. Someone sack played on the second. What day is it? Wednesday. Man, I lost track of time somewhere in there. I could not remember what day it was. But yeah, it's Wednesday today. That first match, someone sack played, so I rematched and did the deed. But this one looks like a real match. Unfortunately, this is the thing that I've been dealing with all of last week, and it's so annoying to deal with the Heimdallr. Luckily, there's no terrain here at Corrin Ring, so I don't know, hopefully it won't take me as long to try to figure this out. But the Heimdallr, the save, the valley of it all, it was just a lot of stuff that was just super duper annoying, and I just could not put the time together to try to figure it out. So I played a lot of rushed matches, and I was like, let's just lose. Just get it over with. And then I tried incorporating Byleth onto one of the teams, which, yes, of course, I got the Byleth. I don't remember if I mentioned it or not, but I got the Byleth. Tons of fun. Definitely a skilled unit. Like, he's not like, plug and play. You gotta know what you're doing with the Byleth. And also the Byleth ring, I kind of feel falls into that category as well. Definitely something that you need a bit of skill to be able to utilize properly. It's not something that you can plug onto your team and just use it. You need to know what you're doing. You need to equip the right assist. to suit the needs of your team, and you got to build around that. And that's one of the issues that I was having last week. I gave Winter Shez the Byleth ring, and it kind of just took her out of the match completely. Like, she just was not able to contribute to the team. Every time that I wanted to use her to because she has Disarm Trap, of course.
Are there bandits? You have
so every time I wanted to use her to reposition onto a trap, and then get a unit into position, because she has the foul play or the distance swap. She's normally the one that I would go to for that, but usually I'd follow that up with a dance from Plumeria. But because I gave her the Byleth ring, it means that I could no longer dance her, which, like I said, the Byleth ring is definitely something that is skilled, and you gotta know what you're doing. You gotta know who you're equipping it to make it work properly. I find that after just thinking back on the matches for last week, because another thing, once I made those teams, I did not have the time to change them, and they weren't particularly well thought out. They're just the regular teams that I normally use for Astra season, and I really tried to make them work as best as I possibly could, but like I said, it just did not pan out in the way that I would have liked. So yeah, anyways, once I put the teams together, there was no change in anything, and I just found myself a lot of the times getting stuck because of the Byleth ring being equipped to Shez, which was the team that I kind of used the most last week. Which also means it was the team that I lost the most with last week. It really failed me because of that combination of skill play plus time plus all of those things that I mentioned, frustration. It just really didn't pan out in my favor. Noticing, because I use Golvig as the sometimes primary nuke, Brave Golvig, sometimes as the primary nuke there, and then also it kind of made it difficult to use Shez as the nuke option as well, because how it would work is that Shez would go in, hit something, kill, get refreshed by Sharena, be able to kill again, and then keep going that way. But then that's also partnered with Alphador, so I'd use Alphador to give her the bonuses, but then also I realized that giving her the bonuses a lot of times meant that she would get hit with stall, which is something else that I find really, really annoying, that has been very prominent in the meta now because of Heimdallr here, which, like I said, super duper annoying. So those circumstances just made it really difficult to play that team, because you didn't want to give the bonus. Whoever you gave the Heimdallr buffs to was essentially going to be stuck because of stall, because you're guaranteed you're going to get +1 movement. So that unit is essentially going to lose that extra movement and go down to 1. So it made it very difficult to try to figure out who to give that bonus to, or at least for the team composition that I had. It ended up meaning that no one would get that bonus, because what could I do? I didn't have the Makai ring on anyone of that team, which was, in hindsight, a huge oversight on my part. It probably should have been on Alphador, but I hated the gravity thing because he kind of I've done it before, and it made him play weird. He didn't get something like the cancel afterwards, and then the smite. It didn't play well together, and that's one of the reasons I took it off. So yeah, I need to figure that. I think I'm going to scrap that whole team, if I'm being completely honest, because I feel like it's a little bit underpowered for where we are. It's not even the power of the team. It has a ton of firepower. It's the movement and getting stuck. Because I had Elm on that team, +1 movement, Alphador +1 movement, because he just gets it, but then sometimes it doesn't matter because he wins the res check against Heimdallr. I have Plumeria +1 movement because of the Sigurd ring, and then I have Sharena, usually doesn't get stalled, Golvig, and then Shez as the options to give the bonuses to. But then a lot of times, like I said, whoever I gave that bonus to would eventually get hit by stall and then be taken out of the game, and I just would not be able to do anything with them. So yeah, that team definitely needs to be adjusted. The Kaya ring needs to be on someone there. It can't be on Jez. It can't be on Sharena because they're both range units.
Whatever you say.
Actually, no. Oh, no, I took it off Elm. I think Elm has the... But then, yeah, it actually is. The Makai ring is on Elm, but because Elm has +1 movement, he gets stalled and he can't reach anyone. So that's a waste. So yeah, I gotta figure out how... It can't be on Golvig either because she gets stuck and then can't move. And then I guess, I don't know, maybe the Byleth ring just is not a good fit for that team, but then, you know, what do I do? It feels wasteful to not use it. And then also because I had, normally Marth would be, or Lucina would be on that team in the extra summoning slot to come in extra on turn 3. But then also, you know, +1 movement there as well. So it's kind of difficult to figure out who to put it on. But like throughout playing for the entirety of last week, I kind of, you know, assessing. I think the Byleth ring, you really want to be putting that on someone who can get an extra action afterwards. So I'm talking about your Sharena. No, not Sharena. I'm talking about your Veronica, the Tea-Time Veronica. I'm talking about the Kroms, the Lucinas. You want to give it to someone that's going to get an action afterwards, because losing your action just to dance, especially on a range nuke or on the Omni tank, it's a massive blow. It's okay to lose it on a dancer because that's really all you need your dancer for, is to dance. But when you're taking out your offensive threat just so that they can dance, you lose a massive part of how your team functions. And that's not something that I had calculated for. So that's definitely something that I'm going to have to adjust for as well if I plan on using the Byleth ring in the future, which I do. It's the whole reason I summoned for him instead of Elise, which, I don't know, maybe that was... No. Elise will 100% be on the Hero Rises banner because I voted for her and it looks like everyone else voted for her. I was actually, like I said, hoping to get her as the free unit. That way I don't have to summon for her because colorless always sucks. So yeah, hopefully she's a free option. We get that for free. I think that would be a great free pickup. Normally what happens is whenever they give out a unit for free, they have to change the meta. And getting Elise for free would mean that they would have to do something about her style, or her being able to just attack for free. They would have to do something to fix that, since everyone would be getting the unit for free. So that was kind of my evil genius scheme. And I tried, but honestly I missed like 3 days of voting. Like I said, I was hella busy. And just, you know, not able to fully function in the game. So I missed like 3 days of voting, but hopefully the rest of the community was able to, or is able to clutch it out and, you know, get at least the top spot there. I would love to have her be the winner, to force IS to change the meta again, because I don't think we're in a great place with her being, you know, so dominant. She really is, like, everything kind of revolves around her on defense now. And
I understand.
I think I'm getting closer to try to figure it out. Like with this chaos season, I've kind of tried to build my defense to avoid her specifically. There is a big gap, but I can't really do anything about it. That unit there, who is Veronica, Tea-Time Veronica, is exposed to like Lin sniping, but like looking at it, there just aren't a ton of units that, like I said, would be able to run the Byleth ring, and because of that, it really limits my options to who I could put in that slot and have them function effectively. So you're looking at let's see, Veronica, Krom, Shez, who else gets an action after moving? It can't be Felix, because once he does an assist, his action is over. So, well, not over, but he loses his extra action. So yeah, just not a ton of actions there. Not a ton of options there in terms of the Byleth ring to be able to get back your action economy. And then all of those units that I mentioned die to Lin. They all died lane, so it's kind of difficult to fit both of those criteria: action economy and survive lane. I guess you could put Hardy Bearing on Veronica, but she kind of gets one shot, kind of gets one tapped.
Whatever you say, boss.
So I don't know. It's also not the best placement in my opinion for your Hardy Bearing. So that's why I didn't do it. I gave Hardy Bearing to Valley. I think Valley's a better option there. Yeah, just and also what's her face? She's just Hilda, the new Hilda. She gets the action economy too when she rallies. So yeah, unless the unit fits those criteria, the Lucina is blue. The Lucina is also a Cav. None of them survive. Crom is blue. That dies to what's her face? Lynn as well. Talking about Emblem Lynn, of course. So yeah, just not a solution there. That is optimal for defense at this moment, unless I'm forgetting someone completely. But ideally, you'd want someone red. Ryoma was actually doing very well there. The problem is, like I said, Ryoma does not have the extra action unless you want to give someone, unless you wanted to give him the arena sword. But man, his weapon is so good already. I don't know. I don't think that's a great idea. So they would have to be on par with Ryoma because, of course, you want to win the speed check and be able to, kill on the counterattack. So those are the two conditions to fit in that spot on defense. So for the Byleth ring, at least. So yeah, haven't figured that out completely, and I'm still thinking through that. But this match is taking forever. If this was last week, I would have definitely lost this match. I just made this team, by the way, so it's a good thing that I made it. But this is taking forever, and I'm actually getting really annoyed. There's just, I'm hating it now at how long these matches take to clear. I can't wait to go back to just being able to load up a match and just win. Like that first match that we played, that was a ton of fun. It was in and out and done, and that was just it. I feel like I'm using my brain way too much here, on top of being sick and not having the time to really give to the game at this moment. I was kind of hoping that this wouldn't have taken so long to do, because after this I'm gonna have to do the editing. So that's another however long this match takes times 2 to edit it. So that's at least gonna be half an hour from the looks of it right now. Okay. But we're getting through it. Freya, I hope will be on it looks like she's going to be there on A Hero Rises, because I gave her a couple of votes as well. But, well, at least one vote. And then I saw the interim results, and I was like, cool, I don't have to vote for her anymore. This is vote for Elise, because I think this Freya will last. She's going to have some longevity. So there's that. I've kind of been trying to get Brave Bernadetta back into my teams, because I feel like I didn't have as much time with her as I would have liked. I really like Brave Bernadetta. So that's something that I'm trying to incorporate into just off-screen stuff, like Tempest Trials and stuff, although she's already max feathers there. So I've maxed so many units. I've maxed the feathers on so many units. I don't know. I think at some point I'm going to have to just run dancers only for Tempest Trials or something, because I think those are the only units that don't have max feathers for me, or getting close to that point. Which isn't a bad option. Dancers are actually pretty good combat units, to be honest. They're actually pretty decent combat units. It's just that they're really frail and they die so easily. That's the only problem with them. So if you can increase their bulk, then you're more likely to, win. I still remember this one match I played in Summoner Duels where this dude had a full team of dancers: Triandra, Peony, Plumeria, and a couple of other versions of those, and it was pretty tough. This was early days in SD, and he was very skilled at being able to use them properly, and it's definitely the type of thing that you would look at and underestimate and then get smacked by it because you didn't realize how good dancers were. But yeah,
just a test.
done here. Finally, gotta get the kill with Mia, who is again a fantastic. This Mia is so good, man. Fantastic unit. Yeah, GG's. Okay, alright. Byleth here as the bonus unit. I just made this team, and I didn't think I'd have to use it so soon, but thank God I made it. This is kind of the idea that I have. So, I was saying that last week I was really struggling with the whole Heimdallr of it all. It's difficult to pinpoint exactly what the problem is. With Astra season right now, there's a lot of things. It just feels really slow, right? Terrain, Heimdallr plus a defensive bulk and all of that. So I'm kind of leaning more towards putting Emblem Micaiah, on the main team. So building a team around her because of her ability to cleanse, stall at the very least within 2 spaces. I want to get my movement back, and then get some healing there, remove some penalties. I feel like that's probably where I'm leaning towards at this moment. There's also the what's her face, dragon, green. I forget her name right now, but there's another option. You don't have to use Emblem Micaiah, but I feel like given the fact that I haven't really used her much since her introduction, I feel like now is the best time to kind of start fitting her on some teams with Emblem Lyn. Now, Lyn, the Emblem Lyn of it all is essentially trying to mimic what what's his face, Elise does, with being able to snipe a unit from way back downtown. Basically, just being able to mimic that. The thing is, I don't necessarily need to kill. I just need Lyn to be able to initiate and trigger the foresight snare. That's really all that she's going to be there for. And then I'll have someone on turn 3 or turn 2. Someone will have the Lyn ring as well, and that should be a really good partnership. And then once the foresight snare is triggered, I can cleanse that with what's her face here, Micaiah, and then move her out of the way if needs. Move Lyn out of the way if needs be, and get going with trying to figure out how to clear the map. Now that really limits the number of units that I'm going to be able to bring. So that's 2 emblem units, Micaiah and Lyn, my dancer, whoever the bonus mythic is. And I have 2 more options, and those 2 additional options are going to have to clear the rest of the map, including if there's like a terrain effect. They're going to have to be able to get through that, get through the saves. So essentially, I'm just looking for like a tank buster and a Gale Force option. So that's the team that I'm currently trying to build around. I'm trying to think of who to add into those slots to my Astra core to make a team that is cohesive and a team that can actually clear some maps, because I feel like a lot of my teams for Astra season are kind of the same. Actually, the 2 first teams are exactly the same. It's just one has Tana and the other one doesn't. And then I have a tank team with
I can read you.
Try to fit Marth and BK in there, and it just didn't work. So I don't know, maybe it's time for that team to go as well. But even though I really valued Marth because of the neutralize effective damage thing, I really value him for that. And then the other team is the Lyn team that I use for sniping. So yeah, just not a lot of variety, and it really struck me last week that I needed to make some adjustments to my team. So that's what I'm thinking of, bringing Micaiah in, trying to figure out what build to give her. Silence Word is actually kind of sneaky good right now in terms of gaining in value, so it's good. Well, not for offense particularly, but for defense. I'm probably going to have to swap out her skill for something else. I don't know what that will be. But yeah, Micaiah is really kind of gaining in value at the moment. At least in my opinion. I think she's actually really good for Astra Anima season. So yeah, I'm going to build my team, see how that goes. Defense did about as good as it did the last time on Anima season. Mia just butchered everyone, so no real issues there at the moment. GG's.